episode 2 of our SL20B birthday blog, we find ourselves in a more densely packed exhibitor sim named Triumphant. And there's a couple interesting things here. And of course, this is not going to be a full hour-long walkthrough, just giving a couple overviews, some parcels I like, things to talk about, things you should probably visit, inspirational, or just for historical record, because I originally started exhibiting back in 7B, 8B, something like that. And I still got one of the buildings, in my very first building, on my parcel in La Parra town. So it's kind of nice to look at these for the years, and even the infrastructure, how it changes. Now they got this nice concrete, sci-fi, neon street lights. What I always liked about the SL birthday events is the day cycles are set on, so it's not static. So we have our game room, Rollers, where it starts with a couple games, got the destination guide, landmark gifts, and this is really cool. They got a bowling alley at the Second Life birthday, and some people have already been playing, which is great. There's actually a new bowling game using the experience. It used to be that you have to download a ball, uses up inventory, make an attachment, whatever. This doesn't do that, which I like, because I probably have a couple bowling balls in inventory, and I'm ashamed to admit that it's more than one, but less than a dozen at least. So this is a really nice parcel. A lot of people come with Second Life, as this is a sign, you see them on bulletin boards, etc. What is there to do? Well, it's a virtual world, it's a metaverse. You can do everything. So you don't think that you could do bowling leagues, bowling games, but whenever I come across one of these with someone, it's a lot of fun. And this one's really cool too, because you can actually put bumpers. It has an option, so you don't get the gutter balls. So bowling's really come a long way in all the years I've been on Second Life, which I think is really, really cool. What I also like is the apparently the Second Life 20B birthday exhibit this year is sustainably powered. We got wind power the next sim over. It looks like for public sims. I don't know if that's true for the grid and overall. It might be, considering I believe it went cloud-based. I stopped following somewhere in between Dutch due to time, but this is kind of cool, this little view right here. This is pretty neat. We have this art gallery here, and they really planted sunflowers in the front. And of course we get a note card, which talks about, see, this person's been producing photography for over 15 years, pre-Sculpties, pre-Mesh, pre-Winlight. I came on right when Sculpties came on, so I remember pre-Mesh and pre-Winlight, but so they've been taking pictures forever. Nice building. I love these sunflower garden out front. When you come in, and the parcel is called 16 Years of SL Images, Faces and Places, and I find it funny because, well, faces. Faces and places, all faces. And places. Very nice, very tasteful. Some of the pictures are actually quite good. SL Paris, these are like fantastic works, quite frankly. Sometimes I feel like people's SL pictures are just sort of travel-loggy, or maybe just overly done, but these are, like I said in video 1, art. I mean, I guess it's just art as an eye of the beholder. So, not all art is my thing, but sometimes I like the effects of the one in the middle right here. But sometimes I guess your taste in art offline is the same as your taste in art online. Over here I'm in the Bot and I sim, and this is interesting because this apparently gives you a history of something that was going on in Second Life, and it gives you a whole story. Bot and I Take 2, updated last year's exhibit about bots. Start in the Victorian SL19B part to your left, then come back, so you start on the left, and it's got the story about bots, bot classifications, people gaming a system, whole story. And you get the sound effects, and like, see, a Victorian area, and it tells a story like a museum, but it's immersive. See, are you a scripted age? Well, I'm on Do Not Disturb for the video, but oh, it's telling me now. And who doesn't like the eye candy? This is just, it's mesmerizing just to stand here and watch for a while. And I think this is the guy who did the exhibit here. 6B, 1819. Oh, that is so cool. Bot researcher, scholar, scripter, businessman, leisure, and perfectionist. You know, I have things in my town. I have signs to myself as mayor, and like it says, mayor and ruler. And sometimes people give you ideals that a step ahead that you didn't even think of. Um, so I kind of applaud you here. Uh, I like your little bio, Peter. That's pretty good. And you know, this is so totally true. We have a bunch of bots in a person. One person can join like 10 bots. My city stems 2 Sims. And I don't know if it's been 5 years, 6 years now. These people come every time there's an abandoned parcel. And you can't kick them out. No one does anything. Whenever finally the whole parcel was bought out, the whole sim was bought out, they moved to another sim. And a second zone abandoned one parcel, they all flood back in. They completely trash it, and then you think that's bad, but then you get like a you know, farm or horse farm or whatever completely destroys, and all my trains stop running for a couple months, and there's always something. Um, so this is a pretty good one. This is something that we want to read in detail. Um, we definitely want to read this in detail. Welcome to Vicara, the Visitor Center for Archives and Records Administration, Virtual Words and VR Common Interest Group, founded in Second Life by the School of Information at San Jose State University, 2009. I'm embarrassed at something that's older than myself, and it's been around for so long. I don't know if I've heard of it. I'm embarrassed to say. So here we have a good learning experience. Now this is based on a I believe it's a shrunken version of their sim, where buildings are smaller. This is great wherever you've been in Second Life for a while, or you're new, because this gives like not only a history, but considering that I have also, besides being here for a while, I've read books on the subject. Here's all the different types of operating systems, I'll call them. It's not all Second Life here. But even having read books on the subject, I've found people who started this, you learn stuff that feels like no one else even knows, whether you're like 18, 19, even 20 years old in it, sim. And can you believe that people have been here that long? I mean, I, even including myself, sometimes I'll see someone, their avatar says they're like 15 years old. And I'm just like, it's amazing. This is another interesting one because not only is it informative, and I mean, you can see these university things, they really, like, look at this. It's actually, if I was at San Jose State University, I can actually have a class where I can go Victorian words, tutors, I'm sorry, not Victorian, virtual England. And I've been to Sims like that. This is 2014. And that's pre-mesh. It's still a bit harder to do things in mesh, I guess, nowadays, because you have that more know-how. You can learn. I can do sort of simple stuff, not cars, but you know, Second Life is great because, or is great because you just put the stuff together, prims. But I mean, you get historical architecture, you get I think I have this found. You have information for Works. Works is amazing. And of course, after you do all this, some people have a guest book out. I suggest you sign them, quite honestly. It's encouraging. Because if you don't have a counter, you don't really know how many people visit your parcel, what they think, how long you spend, especially if you're not on full time. These types of things really do give encouragement, even the smallest things. That's why I kind of wish that they did tip jars on these and not just exhibitors. I don't think that's fair. Because even a one Linden tip, it's symbolic. It's not a money-making venture. Sometimes you get people's parcels who aren't so much informational as they are just experiential gifts to the grid, as they call it. Creators of this Wonderland, and that Wonderland's ghost and Triumphant, had designed this parcel as a gift to the grid and a thank you to Second Life for all the experience given us over the years. And this is just a little oasis, which is pretty. Look at that, the immersion. And that's just a sampling of it. Grass is tall too. You have to pay attention to certain places where they really like to build, because you're always going to find a hidden doorway. There's always much more. And now we're on another island. And they have quite a few of these, and it just keeps going. And there are plenty of other Sims 2 that I didn't get a chance to really talk about, because there's too much to talk about, and we're not doing a complete walkthrough and clicking every button and every avatar. There's also a pretty good photography exhibit from Focus on Photography, Second Life magazine sim. Lots of gifts, lots of levels, very huge, very immersive, get a big camera. And sometimes even things you don't know is just gifts. It's pretty good. Some famous online folks. I suggest you go pay them a visit. And lastly but not least, because like I said, we can't go to every sim, we have OCWA, working for healthy oceans. Above ground doesn't look like much, but because the water is down below. And this is a pretty interesting group. Got the mission statement, volunteering, landmarks, Flickr, Facebook, self-guided tour, look at Eternal websites, Discord, got dive gear, you got swim HUDs, you got a boat, nice looking boat too, because, just like the dolphins, there's an entire ecosystem down here, which is where all the action is, in the ocean of course. And of course if you come down here, more information signs and posters, contest posters, another group that you might not even have heard of, because so many communities online, it's impossible to see them all, even if you've been here for 20-something years. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy going to Second Life 20th birthday event, and like and subscribe for more. I like to travel, I like to do gas station minutes, I build a town. It's 13 years old now, old part of town, Astar. We build trains, etc., open spaces. Generally everything. I like to always had a goal and a dream to make people know more about the metaverse and what there is, and it's not just one sim you go to and this and that, but all the possibilities and the things that people build. There's nothing better than user-generated content because it's limitless. And the sea otter behind me. Signing out.